Hey, alright. I don't know, just letting people trickle back in. You know, most people probably don't even know I'm live. Again. But, yep. I warned you at the beginning of the stream. There's bad weather. I have a terrible power grid wherever I live. It's trash. It's awful, man. It goes out all the time for, it's breezing. Oh my god, we have a gust of wind that's 20 miles an hour and your power goes out at least for 5 seconds and comes back on. Over and over and over again. I have to deal with it. So, yeah, I had foreseen it. I knew it was coming. Like, it was almost certain that power was going to go out in the middle of the stream. So, hold on, I have to get my new chat. I think this one doesn't work anymore. What's up? Yeah, it looks like some of y'all are finding. What's up, Crypto Don Juan? Hey, Win Batson, dude. Yeah, it is bad, Charizard. It is real bad, and there's worse stuff coming. Like the storm that just knocked the power out was like a little bit north of me, and it was bad. There was like rotation and stuff, I think. So they call it. Sometimes we get these night of the tornadoes. Might be in for that. I don't know. At least futures are recovering just a little bit, where they were down 2% at one point, now only down 1%. Oh, that was a little monk-ass, a little scary, right? Yeah, the futures, man. Top left is S&P. Top right is Dow Jones. Futures. Bottom left's crude. I mean, you know, it was down. I mean, it gapped up. It started, I mean, the trading session at 2460 and then got all the way down to 2203. That's serious volatility. I don't remember volatility too much like this. And that could be just the beginning, where we could have another, you know, we could just be having a reflexive rally or something right now. And we get more of this insanity. So I don't know really what that is trying to tell us. But it's weird. It's a little different. Futures are freaking out. Yeah, it's true. Full screen flames. Flames? You talking about like inverse flames, dude? Wow. Do you know, like, Jesus and the angels versus Satan and the demons or whatever? You know, demons are fire. This is literally like holy Jesus wings. Right? Not bad. Not bad in full screen, is it? I hate that. Like, what? How do I drink my coffee without it turning the crap off, man? That'll probably be something they get better at, preventing things going out while you're just drinking something. The demons didn't trade in the zone. That's right. They got wrecked on FOMO, destroyed, lost their houses. They went all in on Bitcoin at 20K. Still screaming to this day. It's tracking my face. Yeah, I know. But like, maybe they could figure out a way to make it like hone in on your face and then it stays right there or something. I don't know. Okay, you got to see me full screen, whatever. Yesterday I was many things, but today I'll be only one thing, and that is an angel. All right. So it's still just like, I don't know, man. You know, when my stream goes down like that, it kills momentum. It kills me. It's just like, should I even come back, you know? Oh my god, dude. Everything got screwed up. Everything's out of place. Apparently the Easter stream was 18 hours ago. Get wrecked. Can't catch a break. Yeah, look at that. Oh, an F5 tornado was in Mississippi. Dang, dude. Let's look at this real quick, alright? Alright, EF5 in Mississippi looks now to be the most destructive tornado since the one in Joplin, Missouri in 2011 that reached a maximum width of 1 mile. This looks to now be worse. Wow, that was like 30 minutes ago. So you realize like what's coming my way, that type of stuff. You can't even. This is the way it looked in 2011 when I was in Tuscaloosa when a tornado around this size. It was an EF5. It's the most astounding thing I've ever seen in my life, where you just can't tell where the sky is and where the ground is, because it all in, like, you know, you get closer, there's debris. And when I was looking at that tornado back then, the sun was like beaming on the tornado, and so like you could see all these reflections because all the things flying in it. It's just so scary, man. Of course, I'm good, man. I'm good. You don't worry about me. I mean, just worry about my stream going down again, right? That's crazy. So yeah, be careful if you're near me, or, you know, Mississippi or whatever. Look at this, dude. Catastrophe. And that's what, I mean. Or Bitcoin's not selling off anything like that, right? All Bitcoin did was come to test 7,000, right? And it bounced off of it. That's about all that's going on right now. So I don't know, we were like looking at altcoins or something last time, and wait, I think Bitcoin pulled us away from that, where we had to come back to it, and then as it was testing 7K, boom, power goes out. So just like, you know, Ethereum in its own uptrend after crashing, so it's definitely a bear trend, but you're in like a midterm uptrend. Okay, understandable. So you got to get back above 165. If you don't, you'll be seeing 150 soon, and then if you break that, well, much lower prices. Okay. $2020 needs to chill. Yeah, it really does. That was Ethereum. You got a link that any kind of channel it had or something, you've broken out of it, right? The something you've done that's spectacular, you gotta love it. Just if you love technical analysis, you love Fibonacci, you get what it's doing. If you go from that high point to the low point, which is a range, a very, very real range where you can't argue, or you go, you know, between 150 and 480. That's like we're a previous all-time high from summer 2019. We double topped here, gorgeous pattern with the bearish divergence on the daily. It was like you couldn't ignore it, how perfect this pattern was, and it played out like the Jesus man. But since it hit the bottom of that range, it you know, contracted, and it's just one of those that performed well. And so you can see high to low, it's 61.8% retrace. That's the top of the golden zone, and at this point, yeah, it's like we could start developing bearish divergence at any time if you can't break that. Resistance-wise, I don't think there is no resistance really where you are right now. You get that. There's like no horizontal line support resistance at this current time. Now, you could be coming back to this daily wick C right here. You're still above that. You don't want to fall below that, I don't think. Right here, it's like a 340. There's also like 320. Oh God, sorry, I got multiple fibs here. So this is an area where you could reverse the downside again. Okay, like even if it's going to be a higher low and run again, this is definitely a reversal point. You're not overbought on the daily, believe it or not. That's a ton of positive momentum, though, man. You haven't seen negative momentum since March 24th. Is there a pattern? I mean, there could be a pattern in development. You know, let's just spitball here and just mess around. And this could be completely not real life yet. It's like maybe you're, impulse, and you might be developing like a rising wedge, just a flag of some sort. Consolidation after the impulse. This could chop around in there. And you got to be looking on the 4 hour to see that they're, even like you keep running to higher highs, that's fine. But wherever you decide to, stall out at, you're most likely going to be making very clear and concise bearish divergence. So, all right. There's your link. Oh man, leave it to bad weather and terrible power companies and power grids to ruin the Easter stream. Great. Jeez, man, this weather is insane. Wow, that debris field is insane. Scary, dude. Hello? So let's see, that's not really, I mean, the trajectory of this bad weather, definitely more coming my way, for sure. God, sorry. Do we have bearish divergence on the daily for Bitcoin? I don't think so. No, we couldn't. No, we'd have to be making higher highs or the same highs. We'd have to be at 7,400. You said 4 hour, right? Oh, on the daily. Oops. Nah, not really. You can say you're diverging in a way, but you know how we love finding divergence when there's separation of the histogram islands. Clear. This is how you identify real divergence, right? Where you have like a negative histogram island, and then you have positive momentum, and then you get a new island, right? The same thing. It was crazy how it played out like this both times. Here, like you made the high on price, you then made a higher high and then a higher high, and you just kept making, like you're making like the same look. You made, it was class A bearish divergence, you went again, and it was just like the same amount of positive momentum. That's a form of divergence. So when you keep that momentum so weak, right, like that on higher prices, it's not really good. We knew where we were. We were at a potential reversal area at 50%. You go and you look at 2018 was beautiful, dude, for all kinds of divergence. Where, look, you're asking, hey, is there a divergence on the daily? And you'd be asking something like this, where it's like, yeah, sure, you're diverging, but it's not a separate island, right? And so, like, look, though it was diverging, it's like, you're eventually going to lose that negative momentum and go positive again, but it only set up for a bear flag, like lower prices, and then you dumped again, and then you got a new island. You even got another island. This was quintuple MACD bullish divergence in the end, pretty wild. And then RSI, you got it on the tail end. So, same here, right? Like a low, and then your lower low. separate islands. And right here, what you're talking about, there's no separation. It's just like, yeah, high, higher, high, and then you got, of course, lower levels of positive momentum, but it's very difficult to argue that that is actual textbook bearish divergence and pending price action versus the downside, right? Oh, I've checked my weather MP built. I know it's coming. It's bad. Yeah. Real bad. Like, worst we've seen since like 2011, 2012. And I lived that, and it was the scariest day of my freaking life, man. Glad you got it. Dizzalol. I don't know if I'm saying your name right. I would stick with the S&P, David. Right? I mean, you know, futures, you can do it. Just maybe if you're trading futures, you do TA on the futures. If you're trying to trade the actual asset or the actual index funds, maybe you chart them, right? Or we can just go back over to them. Why not? Stream's ruined anyway. Where we ended kind of the week with a hanging man of some sort, you know, right at, I mean, you closed like $4 lower than the 50% retrace, though you had hit it and exceeded it, and you went up to hit a resistance looking left, right? Perfect. Touched it and no higher. Didn't even break it. And so look, I mean, this one's closer to an argument of bearish divergence, right, on the 4 hour, where it's like you almost got to neutral negative momentum. So this one's a little bit stronger because there is some sort of separation, right? But this isn't the daily either. It's the 4 hour. So you got to wonder, like, I know it's just the 5-minute chart and stuff. But, you know, here's the impulse. Here's the consolidation. Are we going to get follow-through price action after this consolidation to the downside again? Well, when the heck, man? Crazy volatility. What's up, Jayla, man? I'm glad you got to see it. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, very nice job on the overlay. Love it, man. Should just have that permanently there. The Church of TA. Isn't the SPX 500 US dollar, isn't that the futures silverback, Jack, bruh? I don't think that's the same as the SPX, but it is the futures of the SPX. So it's a contract, derivative, whatever. Oh, yes. While I was streaming, so... Good Lord, man. Multiple confirmed catastrophic tornadoes in Mississippi. This is so wild, man. Remember all this. Super scary. Sorry, I'm just trying to read up on it. Man, I gotta stay, like, you know, informed on that. I know, like, you might be mad or something, but I don't want to die. And this is prevalent. This is something that happens in the springtime, often. Let's see. So here's kind of like more, if you want more information, maybe about like the historic trade or the OPEC output cut deal with the U.S. and Russia. It's like oil futures bounced, giving up sharp gains in electronic trading after Saudi Arabia, Russia, and the U.S. agreed to lead a global coalition in major oil production cuts. after days of negotiation that kicked off formally in virtual meetings starting Thursday. WTI West Texas Intermediate crude for May delivery was trading up by more than 6% at the start of the action, but was down 1.4%. That was like last week, Thursday. So, okay, just trying to sift through this a little bit. So members of the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries and Allies, collectively known as OPEC, agreed to cut overall crude oil by 9.7 million barrels a day starting May 1st through the 30th of June this year. The reductions would then be erased, or I'm sorry, my God, those reductions would then be eased to around 8 million barrels per day from July 1st through December 31st, followed by 6 million barrels in cuts from January 1st, 2021 to April 30th, 2022. The AP, Associated Press, described the weekend negotiations on Sunday as a last-ditch effort, including delegates from Russia to resolve disagreements and avoid a crash in the price of crude on Monday. Well, I guess they did that. They stopped the crash because you're only down 0.13% right now. I'm in chat for that. What's up, David S? Oh my God, dude. I'm talking about rising wedge. I'm gonna look at link to BTC, sure. Here it is. This entire lifespan. It's got anchor points on the bottom and then one on the top. You know, that heart line, amazingly, right? Over and over, failing. And here we are, really nice run up. Terrible song. So, you're just asking right now, I don't know, I mean, you're at an 88% retrace probably. Like, look, this high point to low point. I've been looking at this in log scale. Like 786. But look, man, you gotta keep in mind what's going on here. That divergence, very real. It definitely looks like a rising wedge here. I mean, better than link to the US dollar. That's gorgeous, dude. It's a gorgeous rising wedge pattern. So you're at a 786. You're definitely already showing bearish divergence. You could be setting up for even more. I mean, this is an area where you can argue there's a shorting opportunity. It's got like all the coinciding variables. You're in deep retrace territory, so there's a value. There's 78% sale on link to go short with insane amounts of divergence continuing to develop. It's all, they already had it. Now it's going one more time, and it's like even weaker, even lower levels of relative strength, even no positive momentum on this higher high. That's really weak, dude. So something to just keep in mind. Yeah, this is where a major reversal could occur to the downside if you're not careful. Not bacon eggs, I don't know. First time hearing this. Crazy, dude. What's up, crypto and tokens, dude? Yeah, Slick Trader. I mean, so it's, I don't know what you, maybe you were thinking that, you know, maybe it's time to sell off or something this way when we look at it. I know you weren't asking because you were like, oh, it's going to keep going. Right, it is time for link to sell off. All right. Time to reverse. You would think, right? I mean, but it is a very real bull trend. But, dude, I mean, like, high in price, high, you reverse. But see, bull trend, you run it one more time, you test, you kind of triple top before selling off more. You gotta love it here, man. A high, then the higher high with lower levels relative strength. You reversed majorly down. This was the double top. Well, that was like, linked to the US dollar's double top, and it had its own pattern. Yeah, Daryl Fowler, no one cares about your stupid time. It'd be nice if you never watched the stream again, though. I would appreciate it. You can't chat anymore, so why even watch? So futures still starting to recover a little bit more after that insane volatility. I think the volatility had a lot to do with crude, right? So you're only down like 1% now, 0.95% on the S&P, and then Dow Jones like 0.93%. So, and the VIX volatility is still up 1.69%. But you can see, like on the chart, it's not making higher highs or anything. It's still making lower highs, lower lows. Commercial's gonna be real bad, I think, Joey V. And the higher the cost of living is, probably the worse it's gonna be.
Mitch Exotic, the Tiger King of the rising wedge of bearish divergence. Greenville, Alabama's most upstanding and famous citizen. Happy Easter. On a serious note, could you look at SIDE? Possible vaccine for the virus of 19. Thanks Mitch Exotic for your work.
Thanks, Lamal. Thanks, dude. Yeah, give me a second. I can't. I have to like log back into everything because of the power going out. God, unresponsive, just doesn't do anything, just sits there. Hello? Piece of crap. Cool. Fantastic. Stream almost like breaking. Awesome. Nothing new. Always something. CYDY. Yeah, well, you say they're possible vaccine for the virus? I mean, if so, it looks like it's already priced in, right? Well, you get a gap up, probably on that news, and there's not really any kind of analysis I can do here. I mean, even on the 4 hour, what do you want? I mean, we could do fib extensions or something. But if you do fib extensions, it's like 2618. The outer fib extensions, that's it. You get the daily, even less data for me to do anything. You know, it's like there's not a pattern. There's not anything. It's like you've had all this positive momentum. You're just hanging around. You're not really going anywhere. Gap fill is down at 142. You don't get a vaccine soon, you'll be filling that gap. That's it. They're testing patients. Well, it's like then it's already happened, right? You know, this information, the information you're talking about where they're testing patients is already played out. So now it's like whatever, no edge on the market at all. Thanks for the 535 people tuned in. If you're enjoying the live stream on Easter, hit the like button, the bell, sub. Thanks, dude.
Hello Mr. Morgan Page, what are your thoughts on the Elliott wave theory? This nozzle Ross Ulbricht says according to this theory BTC will hit $1,200 soon. Thanks bro.
That's the hyperwave theory. $1,200 is like that literal signature number. Dude, again, like, so how does that help someone who's trying to trade Bitcoin in the mid-term, short-term, even long-term, right? Like $1,200, you know, that was being called Charizard when we were at $3,150 in 2019, before we went to almost $14,000. They were calling the same thing then. Just they're calling it now. So you know how many moves, how many different trade setups occurred in between that time? Countless. Like so many. So it's like someone saying from their ivory tower that, yeah, Bitcoin 1,200 at some point. It could be 5 years, 6 years. We cool? I'll talk to you then, dude. I'm not wrong until it finally hits 1,200, but it has to be 5 to 10 years maybe. Right? But people are saying it soon. They were saying $1,200 soon, I swear to God. I mean, you had like those people like Tonebase and that Leah Wald girl and the other guy who unfortunately passed. They were all saying, sell your Bitcoin at $3,150. We're going to $1,200 soon. Or we're going to $2,000, whatever. They were saying that. Like there's like video evidence of it. Okay, so for me, that's too far out. We're at $7,000 right now. What is $1,200 gonna do for anybody? Oh, great, dude. You know you have to go through 6,000, 5,000, 4,000. We're going to have ups and downs on the way down to 1,200 if it's going to happen. And so we can play those and actually trade the ups and downs versus just innately going 1,200. Imagine going short at like 3,150 either time. When we hit 3,800 in 2020, 3,150 in December, you'd be dead trying to... Someone predicting 1,200, you'd be screwed completely. Well, you know, whatever, Charles. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Appreciate it a lot, man. Seriously. Now I get it, though. I didn't know what you meant by Page. Now it's like Morgan Page. Morgan Page chat. All right, futures getting better. All right, calming down a little bit more. We're only down 0.67% on the Dow Jones. Outlandish price predictions. They never stop, man. Like TA, I mean, that's just not like, whatever, man. Like people use TA for that reason. I don't do it for that. I do it like, hey, at no particular time. It depends. Like if we're looking at a chart, there might be an edge on the market at that time. There might not be. I don't know. You know, without facial hair, I don't know. I mean, I need a little bit of 5 o'clock shadow for it to look right. Yeah, this is the Morgan Page he's talking about. Right? They're saying, hey, it's me, man. Hey, I'm Morgan Page Connect. Kind of. So Bitcoin's still above 7,000, which it just all it does bounce off that old supply line. It's regarded as a demand line now. Still climbing. Nice. Switch is like serious amounts of hidden bearish divergence after just now filling a gap, right? This gap was filled I mean, for the most part, like, right, close enough. That's the wick to the body right there. 16 bucks you got there. And this is the thing to be concerned about. Of course, it can just keep going up, man. Of course. Rudy Poo, fake, Fed market. But at some point, this is gonna happen. Like, this will play out. You made a high. Look at the level of positive movement. Look at this lower high. It's the same wave. It's not. There's no argument that it's a different wave. It sold on. No, it's the same one. So it's like, look at this, man. That's clear bearish divergence. Hidden bearish divergence. Impending price action continuation to the downside. That's what that means. You're not overbought. Great. I mean, look how deep the retrace is. 786. Almost. That's 1621. So you can go up a little bit more, but this is a major reversal area. But you don't really have a pattern, do you? A bearish pattern to play or anything? Not really. Look how much. You hadn't seen negative momentum since March 18th, dudes. Talking over 3 weeks or so. You'll eventually see negative momentum again. You are now overbought on the 4 hour too. Certification. That's the storm that knocked my power out to ruin the Easter stream. So it's you know, that's where it is now. It's in Gadsden. Dang, fast moving storm. And my internet's all screwed right now. I'm having red kilobytes per second. It's unstable too. Sure. I mean, yeah, I guess you could look at it like that too, maybe on the 4 hour. Maybe. He's probably talking like this. I could concur with this. Try it out. XA, B, and you come down to this. Okay. See, that would have to be a bat then. And so the 886 is the bearish. That's where one would be taking the short. That's the PCZ. I don't know if you're going to get there. Like, you would require the macro here to do well this week in order for Switch to get there. That might be a great area to go short, and I'll tell you why. If we're lucky enough to get there. $17, right? Right at it, man. Look left. A previous peak from September of 2019. Lines up perfectly. So that might be the ultimate shorting opportunity around $17 if we can get there. Now you're talking about Slick Trader, man? Because that's what I see. Yep, more coming. Lots more coming. Yeah, like that EF5 stuff's heading my way. Great. Hopefully it's like northeast. If it goes more northeast, then it'll miss me completely, hopefully. But right now, I don't know. New gap. We can look at that. It's delayed for me. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, there is a gap. For sure, a gap. I think my internet's like really messed up right now, dude. Like things aren't loading very well. Super annoying. Man, I like this futures chart. I really, really do. It makes so much more sense than spot price. Like, it makes so much more sense. Like, look, you know, it's so tough on spot price of Bitcoin to do this. Like, you can. It's like, it's all weird for the most part. And then you go to the futures, and it's like, it lines up her, like 1 and 2 on the bottom, 1 on the top, and you can just see it, how it lines up very well. And look at the heartline resistance, you know, like heartline resistance. It's real. I mean, this looks pretty freaking good. And look how close we were to breaking it, a demand line. And negative momentum's building here. 200 moving average, you're just unable to really get above it. And this is bearish price action at a, you know, major moving average, simple moving average. And yes, you certainly do have some sort of gap right here. That's around 73.20 or so, right? So yeah, maybe you hold that and fill it. But dude, I mean, that's Monka S territory. You fall below that, and that's a demand line, and the selling could pick up more majorly, right? We have not, I mean, after, if you anchor 1 and 2 here and then 3 here, you'd be done charting. You'd be done charting this channel March 20th. So that's like, what, 3 weeks ago. So for 3 weeks, you could have this chart up, and you can realize, like, man, that's pretty well respected. And now it's like, uh-oh, very close to breaking out bearishly. Nice. Oh my god, really? Dude, there's nothing I can do about it. Like, oh, I'm sorry that once every year there's like a huge, massive tornado outbreak where I live and it ruins everything. It just happens to be on Jesus' day, you know? Happens on the holiest day of all time. So, really sucks. Yeah, I can't do anything, man. Can only sit here and look like an angel. Interesting Chuggy Chuck face. Nice look. We will see if it plays out, man. Okay, so nice look. Maybe we set an alert up on Switch, and if we ever hear a beep, dude, we might be like, oh, time to go short on this, or to buy a put, or some, you know, just, it's low risk. It would be a low risk, very high reward opportunity, for sure. But how do you do it if the S&P starts reversing this week? We need one more good week to get up there. Or just won't, you know, just go sideways on the S&P and let Switch do its thing. I'm in the heart of Dixie, which is the heart of Dixie, if you know what that means. So back to that spot price where you cannot chart a channel the same way on spot as you can futures. You just can't. Tried it. It's just it was too steep. I don't know. It's like this right here. This type of price action here extended on too long to make it impossible to anchor well. Because like you've broken out of it and you just go sideways for 2 weeks. It's like, well, if you broke out and you go sideways for 2 weeks, that means that's not really the way the market was interpreting it. Right? It means it's invalid for the most part. So this is the way I'm interpreting it, and it's doing very well, right? I mean, can't you see like how the heart line's being respected? There's so many touches, 3 and 3, bottom and top. Shelby Jefferson. So weird, this beam stuff, like freezes. I don't get it. Well, I mean, is the stream down right now or something? I mean, you know, whatever, dude. It's like, what's the point of even streaming? Oh my god. Alright, I'm just gonna chalk it up as a loss, take my L, and move on. What a joke, dude. Serious joke. No, it's not fine, because it keeps screwing up. Like, people just keep complaining about it, keep saying it. It's not running fine. If it was running fine, people wouldn't be saying, what's happening? I have to refresh. Like, it's not fine, actually. So it's like, where are you on Bitcoin? I mean, if you have a channel charted like this with the anchor points on the bottom, just one on the top, that June 26th high, 2019, where we up thrusted out of it, we even regarded as support, it made a lower high, then dumped, and then we back tested it as resistance before crashing.
Take a look at Verb stock. Hope you stay safe, bro.
Chitani Desai, thanks dude for the 10, appreciate it. Verb, yeah. I'm glad you didn't ask about Verge or Veritaseum. Verb. Yeah, I don't know. Everything's trading views being really slow for me. I think there might be just stuff going on my internet. See, something like this, man, it's very illiquid. I can tell immediately. The volume, it doesn't even tell me how much volume is. Average volume's 127,000. That is very bad. That's not something one should be trading, because you're just not going to get your limit orders filled. Your stop losses may not fill. It's illiquid, super illiquid. You want to see like 1 million volume per day, average volume of 1 million minimum. Again, average volume here is 127,000. Terrible. And yeah, it looks like it had a cipher or something. Definitely, it was some sort of harmonic or something, right? A little too deep, actually. That's invalid. Look, the highest you can ever go for a cipher is a 1414. Any higher, it's invalid. So 786, yeah, you did reverse at a 786 despite it being a little too high. I mean, that's type of cipher right there, man. And you've rallied. I mean, I don't even know what to tell you about gaps, dude. Things that are prevalent, you just gap every single day. You can't say it's going to fill a gap or anything like that. That's why you need high volume assets to trade, not stuff like this. But you've hit, I mean, like a 7-8 high to low. You've hit deep retraces on that wick. Really hard to chart these. High point to low point. Oh, 618. All right, so you had the golden retrace no higher, and you could run up more, but these are like, people take entries on trades here, right, at PCZs, PRZs, price reversal zones, and they start taking profit. 50%, 618, 786s, 886s, 100%. These are profit taking levels now. So you're no longer in value areas. You're now kind of at PTs, price or profit taking levels. That's it. Okay, does that help, Mr. Desai? Let me know. Best I can do here. Awesome. So go just make a higher low and run again, but I mean, patterns this large can usher in complete reversals, but if we just look at a bump and run trend line, geometrical, I don't think we've broken out of anything. Yeah, look. You've not broken anything. Look, you upthrusted through that. And you have to break. If you break that, you could get a bump and run, and you could get much higher prices. But for now, you're still inside that what we call supply line. You might very well run up and test it at some point in the future soon. But testing it's a lot different than actually breaking it with confirmation and then running. Because we did break it, but it was just like, nope. The whole pattern's like a freaking descending broadening wedge of some sort. Not really. Just focus on the supply line. So Bitcoin's just right around $7,000, a couple dollars shy. It's up 1.64% on the day. The weekly candle closes in about 30 minutes. Happy Easter to all of you. Did y'all do anything eventful for Easter? Let me know. Tell me what you did. Cheesesteak, sweet. That's you and your dog, Charizard. I hear you, dudes. Joe went fishing. Very nice, dudes. Did you catch anything? David McLean jogged 5 miles. Very good, productive day. David S. Roasted some chicken with the fam. Chris M. saw an angel on YouTube. Hype. Matthew S. gained 5 pounds. Sounds like you ate something. Did you prepare? Whoa, what is that? Oh, did it end or something? Give me a sec. Yeah, it did. Stupid. Really, dude. Like, my God. There we go. It's so sketchy after, super sketchy. So gold is, open again, and we're talking about like maybe a rising wedge on this. So none of the saved power goes out. I don't know, I should have saved anyway, but it's a 1 and 2 like this, and of course it could get invalidated, especially if gold's supposed to do what physical gold's doing. You should break out of this, no problem. There's white space here for sure. But upsloping price contraction, and you could be developing bearish divergence on the MACD. RSI also close, but if you keep climbing, you'll invalidate that real quick. But just know you were definitely overbought. And when you get to these levels, there are times, definitely a lot of times where you reverse. But we've seen gold get much more overbought in the past. So if you break 1689, you're going to 1704. If you break 1704, there's no resistance really until 1800 or close to 1800. You just got to go back in time and look. Do I have to go to daily? I guess I do. Everything's broken today. Look at me just sitting here waiting on it. And I'm watching my kilobytes per second go everywhere. Oh, Jesus, dude. Look at what I'm dealing with right now, man. It's stupid. It's still not loading, man. Well, I guess there are days when the stream goes well, and there are going to be streams where there's nothing I can do to prevent terrible. The irony is it's Easter. So look, man, major resistance right here. Look, October 2011, March 2012. Look, man, November 2012, December 2012, January 2013, multiple times. That's why you break it, 1704. That next one, and if you could break that, look after that, man, after like the 1700 area, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight up, straight down, straight up, you see 1750 is resistance on the way up, sure. That's the next one, right? You break 1700, 1750. Seems very clear where you might reverse again. So that's it. That's gold. This is eventually where we should see gold. Nearly 1800, the major peaks. Near its multi-year highs. That's how close we are, man. Like, you can see it on the daily, right? Somewhat. Breaking the upside, measure moves of these little patterns there. I mean, measure moves probably going to be at 1760. If you're gonna. Alright, whatever. No. How in the world could it be hidden bearish divergence on gold? No, not even close. No. It's not. On daily or 4 hour. Neither. So, alright, man. You know what's going on. We're in a downtrend. We're unable to break a historical 7400 area. Knew that could have been a reversal point. It actually played out as a reversal, and we went right down to the 6800 area. You bounced off that. You're rallying, but you're not making higher highs yet. You're not testing 7400 yet. So you make a lower high. There's always a chance you come back down to 6800, and you break it, and then you go down to 65. It's really like 6K. And of course the futures are really good. I love like the thing, dude. Futures are where it's at for understanding what kind of channel you're in. It's so well respected. I love it, man. I could never get this on the actual spot price of Bitcoin. We had to do that. It was a move up, and then you started creating a pattern, right? So with the channel, do we have any kind of Bulkowski stuff? Oh, yeah, dude, it's like rising wedge type stuff. I mean, that's an upsloping resistance right there. And if you just start here, you don't even have to have the channel. You start 1 and 2, and now you got 3. You were on the cusp of breaking out of a rising wedge, looks like to me. Look at S. Right, you can just do it like this. Or forget that. Even though they lines up, it's not really, the pattern's kind of like this, And it's like perfect. Like if you anchor 1 and 2 here, let's see. Dang, dude. Right there, it's like touching it perfectly. And so it's like you could get rid of the channel, even though like we get it, right? That's bad, man. Falling out of this where you are now is not good, and you just erase it and you can see like the structure. That's the pattern. You would think, right? So we got futures, you know, you're only down 1.18%. Pretty much collectively, Dow Jones, S&P, same. Well, boy, was the volatility not crazy at the start? Not so much now. Okay, hold on to 7,000 or you'll be just right back down to 6,800, right back down to the heart line of the channel. That's it. So good to see it holding for now, but that should be price action correlation. So if you can hold this and not bearishly engulf, which you are right now, could continue to climb, and we know the square up again is like, none of it saved, I don't think, my work. No, it didn't. Square up's like around 72.89. Not sure we'll get there. We know we have reversed at the 618. You touch the 618 and no higher, which is perfect. Like high to low, 60 minute. No higher. It's so good. So you did reverse, but you're not making lower lows yet. You're just back testing. Critical area. And that could hold and we could rally once more. Always possible, dude. Dude, the song sucks. Stop mooning. That's all I ask. Was what talked about this? This right here, the Garley? Yes. Here's a screenshot from yesterday. Yes, I was it was right before I went to the woods. I posted this. Right till I went to climb the top of Oak Mountain. Right, you see this pattern, right? Okay, and then it's like this. Brought this up to patrons. We're there. It's small. But we knew where we were. We're right around 68.19, historical support. It did play out, but then sold off to back test 68.19 as support, and then it ran again and had that major run. So happy Easter, Ryan. Thanks for watching. Oh, stream's cutting out. Yeah, that's why I shouldn't be streaming anymore. I'm just going to end stream. So hope y'all enjoy the rest of your Easter. Sorry, I can't help that there's tornado outbreaks that are, we haven't seen tornado outbreaks like this in like 8-9 years. So I'm dealing with power outages, tons of wind, storms are coming, all that. So I'll just have to be back sometime later, probably just tomorrow. All right. So thanks for coming out, showing your support, and hopefully next year we can have a better Easter than this one. Jeez, dude. Like, give me a break. Thanks for watching. Until next time, respect the TA.